Okay. Hello guys. Welcome to Bilingual Indonesia. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, college delegates, and friends. Welcome to our Photobook and coaching tool launch today. Climate Reality Indonesia is to launch two new visual resources, the Photobook through the lens and the coaching tools and reflection titled Dalam Lensa. So, these resources was created as anniversary Climate Reality 16th anniversary this year on July. We asked our colleague, friend, or network to collect their climate photos. We gathered around 300 photos from all over Indonesia. And out of the 300 photos, we take 100 photos into this book, this photo book. You can see the book. There's a climate action, climate stories, and many things happen around Indonesia. There are also the disaster, the sea level rise, the initiatives like renewable energy in Indonesia. This is what we try to do is the storytelling way to communicate climate crisis solutions and action through the lens. And the other one is, we call it the coaching tools. So out of the book, out of the 300 photos, we took around 30 photos, the climate action photos, to have to what do you call it, to trigger reflections on how we connect with Mother Earth, with the nature, and with the need of climate action. This is the picture. Look at this one. I will choose one of my favorite photos. Look at this. Look at these photos. When you look at these photos, you see the woman. And what do you see? What was it? It's the cops, the food, and the woman working. And this is this picture. You see and reflect it into the climate condition, climate crisis, and climate action we need to do for Mother Earth. Check on this. Okay, now let's see. We have two extraordinary speakers here. First, we have Adi Pratomo from Climate Reality Indonesia. He is my partner.
Thank you.
He will launch the book and the coaching tool. And the second, we have Faduma Hassan, right? Did I mention your name correctly? Okay. She will tell you she's a coach. Are you also climate coach? She's a climate coach. So nowadays we have a job called climate coach. She will tell more about why this earth need climate coach. So now I invite Mas Adi Pratomo to speak to us about this your reflection on our books and our coaching tool, and then we will talk with Faduma.
Okay, thank you, Marifa, and good afternoon, everyone. Hi again, my name is Adi Pratomo from the Climate Reality Project in Indonesia. I am the advocacy manager. Then we talk about what Marifa has mentioned about the photo books and also the coaching tools. Not only it celebrates our 60th anniversary in Indonesia, but also it is a testament towards the work of our climate leaders. In Indonesia, we have more than 1,000 climate leaders coming from the different areas of Indonesia, and they're also working effortless with a great major efforts, with a great efforts to actually combat climate crisis in Indonesia. They go to so many different pathways, from educations, from conservations, and many others. And each of the photo represent great deal of efforts in protecting the mother nature in Indonesia. Whenever we talk about the book, we also talk about the effort of the people. We also talk about the mother nature and how we are connecting with them. And then those inspired, hopefully it's going to inspire and ignite more efforts in other areas, inspire other people to work the same cause, and also at the same time showcase not only the impact of the climate change, but also at the same time how we people, as a people of the earth, can actually do something about it. If I may, amongst these so many different pictures, not only is showcase about the impact of the climate change, it's not only showing the beauty of the nature in Indonesia, but sometimes it shows what is the closest impact that people can have around their neighborhood. For instance, one of the pictures here showcase the goods or the products sold at the market. Probably for some people it doesn't signify anything, but for us it is conversation starting. That's some of the pictures are directly taken into our climate coaching tools as a means to ignite and also to spark the discussions. Because for some people, they probably, whenever we talk about climate change, you may understand that you are climate coach. It's hard for them to grasp the idea of what is climate change. It is something probably remote to their knowledge, to their daily conversations. But through this coaching tool and also the photo books, we are hoping that it brings them closer and closer to our attentions. Probably all will be mine.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mas Ari. That was his reflection as a climate policy advocacy manager in climate related Indonesia. Now, I will have question. This is the coaching tool. We have photos, yeah, and then we have questions, yeah, and then after that we have a reflection for action. So, Seduma, my question, could you tell us more about yourself? And then I will have one question for you.
Hello everyone, pleasure to be here. Thank you very much to the Dunedin Pavilion and Thailand Media, Inspired Reality Dunedin as well for having us. My name is Fiduna Hassan and I am the co-director of the organisation Green Social Movement Coaching. And what we do is we support climate activists and leaders, reminding them of approach. And we're trying to find a place from our global network to their own organisations. And for one thing that we have found is the climate leaders, climate activists are full of passion, dedication, hard work. They are sometimes in a small organisation doing really important work with a very small amount of money. You have very little resources and they are wearing many hats. And that can lead to things like burnout, stress, time management issues, and also lack of, having space to do strategy, to reflect, to grow. And what we have found in our work is group coaching that they are being extremely strategic, even flexible in their work. And that's what our work is. We offer bursaries and scholarships to people, and free coaching is available to people that can look through our website, the socialbilingual.org. And so please get in touch and find out more about us. And I'm really excited to talk about this particular topic. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So I'll wait for your question before I get into it.
Okay. So if I were about to giving you the coaching tools, okay, what will you do with this? What will this be useful for your coaching for the actions? How about that?
That's a powerful question because since I've been invited to this event, I've been looking through all these tools. And actually, one of the things that as social member coaching we've been trying to do is collect tools and resources for activists and for coaches. And something like this is just really innovative, really thoughtful, because I think it can promote questioning, ideas, it can promote like education, but also just space for people. I think in the world that we live in, and with activists and with these leaders, a lot of the time is just about the next campaign, about the next movement, about the next action, and there isn't time to sit back and actually think through the work that they are doing for their own personal growth, their own personal development. And I think a tool like this can be really powerful in actually taking a step back from a person and really thinking it through, really reflecting. So I can definitely use it in that. I can see it big picture-wise, I see it that way. But in terms of the actual day-to-day, I'm also a paraprofessional. And I think this could be a really excellent tool to just actually ground someone. And I could earlier, and I'm sure you're all invited later. I really enjoyed when we were in the corner playing. You put it play, and I really love that because actually, as adults, I don't think we ever get to, especially when you think about time, when you think about really serious and common topics, it's life and death. It's about the world. It's about time and data and all of these things. So to actually sit down and be invited to play almost was so fun and so lovely. And I think it can spark so many conversations and so many moments of connection as well. So yeah, thank you for that.
Okay, now another question for Mas Ari. As the climate reality leader and also the manager of climate reality Indonesia, I think you have experience on using this coaching tools, and in some of your occasions we already tried this tool. Actually, this tool is brand new, only finished last week, last month. So I want you to tell us the story on how the climate reality leaders and how you yourself enjoy using the tool for climate education and climate communication.
Thank you so much, Marufa. Yes, it is very interesting for me actually as a coach too, not just as an advocacy manager for the country of Indonesia, to use these tools. Because sometimes whenever you talk to the general public or even to the authorities, to the government officials, many of them are not aware about the issue of climate change. They always think that the climate change issue is solely focusing on the environment aspect only. This is something that is not true. Because climate change actually impacted every single sector of our livelihood. And actually through this coaching picture tool, it helps me to explain and ignite discussions, deeper discussions. For instance, whenever one of the person just took the picture of people commuting, and then they were thinking that what's the connection of commuting from your workplace to your home? How does it relate to the climate change? But when we have further discussions, it doesn't feel actually even your commuting is impacting climate change. It is also part of the climate change mitigations and adaptation at the same time. Whenever you are, if I have to adjust the way or methods that you are using to go from place A to place B, and how it's also impacting the cost of your livelihood, the cost of your transportations, and many others. It is one of the areas that may not be achieved by just using the presentation, using speeches, using data, something that probably they don't perceive as something understandable easily or digested easily by different people. Therefore, for the last couple of weeks, whenever I use this tool, it actually ignite deeper discussions, and it felt more personal because each of the person's reflections may be different from another person, despite that, for instance, they're choosing the same or the exact same photos. So therefore, I believe that this is one of the good methods that we can employ as a climate coach and also as a coach in general to ignite discussion and spark more or deeper connections with the people around the world, and using the method of the visuals to communicate the climate actions. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, I think this is going to be the last question for Faduma. Looking at the photo book with the photo that sometimes is quiet, sometimes bold, but all of the photo, if you take a look at it, will touch something in you, if I may. And how do you think, as a climate coach, this visual tools, this photo book, these visual resources, and also as you see the cards have a lot of, there is people, there's expression, there's nature, there's animals, there's a problem, could be solution, and there's something else. And also the words as you see, and the question as you experienced before, can touch the heart of a human being. How do they love possible, especially knowing that the planet was not okay, and what all of us in this concert needs to do is touch their heart and connect the heart to the heart of the nature, to the heart of the Mother Earth. How do you think this visual resources may help?
So I agree to that question. And I think one of the things that when I was looking through the photos, when we talk about climate, I think it can be really depressing, it can be really down, and it can feel really hopeless. I think it's really easy to become photos with the big picture and what is happening in the world. And some of these photos, when I was looking through them, actually was a reminder of why we're doing what we're doing, why we should care, why we should be active and actioned and listening and caring and all of those things. So I think for me, actually, one of the photos that I picked out when I was playing earlier was a photo of food. And whilst I've been here, actually trying all the different Amazonian fruits and fish and so on, I've actually, it made me really reflective of how important it is that we keep our forests and we fight for this, but also how beautiful are they is and how like it just really touched me and really connected me. I come from a big city, I live in London, and I think sometimes you can forget that, you know, it's not just the pollution that we're trying to get rid of, it's also the actual physical nature, the lands, the people, all of that we are holding on to. And I think creating hope and reminding ourselves and grounding ourselves is something that is absolutely unbelievably important. And I think this is the role that this can play as well. So, yeah.
So, coming from a climate coach, we are delighted to have this tool to touch the heart of people so they can connect it with the nature. I think we're positive about that, right? Optimist. Okay, now we come to the launching part. As a symbolic gesture of the launching, I want Mas Adi to symbolically give this hand over the visual resources to Faduma as the launching of our Photobook and climate coaching tools. You may stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, With this, we officially launched the climate coaching tool, visual coaching tools, and also the Photobook through the lens stories of climate and sustainability. We are from the Climate Daily Indonesia, and we officially launched the book. Please give a round of applause. Anyone?
Okay, you count. Which one are you looking at?
Ya, soalnya kamera, soalnya.
Should we look at it in blue?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you so much. And if you are interested to learn more about our visual coaching tool, please come to us and we will help you to use this visual coaching tool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alibaba.
Thank you.
Okay. As always, Indonesia love Photobook. Are we going to take picture with Sarah over?
Amazing dress, right?
Come, let's have a picture. You're amazing.
All photos.
Two photos.
Who's taking it?
Come.
With this?
Just ask. This is not.
Oh, in the front. Okay.
Okay, let's go in. Okay.
So which of you?
Come. Take a picture. Yeah.
You know, we'll just together.
Okay.